With that in mind, wag na nating patagalan. Alam ko super excited na kayong lahat na matuto. So let's proceed to hear from our speakers. Without further ado, let's all welcome our first speaker, Jason Linsag. Jason Linsag is a passer of civil service exam, garnering a rating of 93.33%. Currently, he is a project development officer in the Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center of the Philippines. He also graduated with a degree in BS Industrial Engineering from the University of the Philippines, Diliman. All right, let's give him a round of virtual applause.
Hello, good evening, guys. So, before I start, I would like to get to know our participants. So, if I'm, kung malinaw yung boses ko ngayon, if I'm loud and clear, type 1 tayo sa chat, guys. All right. Okay. So, ayun. So, before we start, gusto ko mas makilala yung audience natin, yung mga ating future public servants. So, with that, if may send ako sa chat, if you're set on applying for a government position or already employed sa government, type natin yung gov. And if you're currently applying for a job or you want to be flexible sa public or private sector, type flex. All right. Wow. Uh, very 50-50 tayo at the moment. Ayan, okay. And then for the last is yung sa age naman, if I sent something sa chat. If you're 29 years old and younger, type 29. If you're 30 to 35 years old, type 30 to 35. If you're 36 to 45 years old, type 36 to 45. And if you're 46 and above, let's type 46. Oh, ang babata niyo pala, guys. Mas bata pa ata kayo sa akin. All right. All right. So, next slide, please. So, first and foremost tip ko sa inyong lahat is we should learn to follow instructions. So, as I can see, itong mga participants natin, we're on a good start kasi we're able to follow instructions na binigay ko kanina. And it would be really helpful moving forward na nakakaintindi kayo and nakakasunod kayo ng instructions immediately. Next slide. Yun, before we take the civil service exam, we have to make sure that you applied for it first. So, lahat naman ba tayo nakapag-apply or yung iba mag-a-apply pa lang for the next batch? Yun. So, for the pen and paper test, we need to answer yung Civil Service Form 100. Doon din sa form na yun, nandun na yung directions. Provided na doon sa last page na para hindi ma-void yung application natin. May mga requirements na provide si Civil Service Commission. Next slide. Para naman sa computerized examination or COMEX, you should go try to apply dito sa link na to. However, keep in mind na limited slots lang to, mabilis maubusan. Sa totoo lang, daig pa niya yung application ng passport sa DFA. Ganun siya ka-intense. Next slide. Meron din si Civil Service na ginawang CSC Online Civil Service Examination Application System or yung OCCs. And kung mag-exam ka sa Cordillera Administrative Region, Region 1, Region 7, Region 8, Region 10, and Region 12, you can apply to the CSE Online Civil Service Examination Application System. Slide. So yun, tapos na tayo sa pagfa-follow ng instructions. Up next is our time management. So, first of all, next slide. Yung isa sa mga need natin malaman sa civil service exam is it's a multiple choice exam. Uh, may four choices, A, B, C, and D. And para sa pen and paper test, you have to shade the correct circle. So, yun, keep in mind itong pag-observe ng proper shading. Kay Civil Service Commission na mismo galing yan, kung ano yung tamang way ng pag-shade. Kapag kailangan natin correct yung answer natin, we have to shade a different letter. We have to cross out yung maling na shade and then cross a different circle. Next slide. So, ayun. So, sa CSE Professional, meron siyang 170 items for 190 minutes. Ganun katagal. So, mga 3 hours and 10 minutes yon. And para naman sa sub-professional, merong 165 items for 160 minutes. So, basically, let's simplify it. You only have 1 minute per item. So, 1 minute, hindi siya ganun kabagal, hindi rin siya ganun kabilis. Enough time to solve yung mga problems enough time to solve the problems without the need to rush. So, importante yung pacing natin, guys. So, next slide. So, in the next page, try natin kung hanggang saan aabot ang 1 minute natin, ha, guys. So, I will time you here. Sa next problem, sa next page, you will see a problem. Try to get the correct answer as fast as you can. So, tas send nyo sa chat yung sagot. Para makita natin kung aabot ba kayo ng 1 minute. I will say, mag-start yung time after mag-next slide. Okay? So, okay, next slide please. Ayan, time starts now.
How many cups are there in? Ano siya? Hindi mo ko kaklaro.
All right, time's up. So as you can see, guys, yung 1 minute, it's more than enough time to answer one question. So sufficient yung time para makapag-compute kayo, ma-analyze niyo yung tanong, mabasa niyo yung tanong. So hindi siya ganun kabilis, hindi siya ganun katagal. So again, I would like to remind you yung tamang pacing sa pagte-take ng exam. Let's try another problem. Sa next one, hirapan natin ng konti. Yan. 1 minute ulit.
Ito ang answer. Ow. And fourth of the license. Sumunod ang homeless, das rose. Number 4.
Ayan.
And
Time's up. Medyo nalito tayo guys. The correct answer is letter C, 32. Mamaya we can test how yung later on I will give you tips kung paano natin mas ma-solve to given the time,
Kasam ko sa
given the 1 minute time per problem. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so yung next step is elimination. So, very important to kasi, di ba mas madali hanapin yung tama kapag tinanggal na yung mga nonsense na options. Mas madali din makita yung green flags kapag iniwasan na natin yung mga red flags. Next slide. Next step din is yung answer over the solution. So, kung may mind over matter, meron din tayong answer over the solution. So, multiple choice exam ang civil service exam. Ibig sabihin, hindi naman kailangan maganda yung solution or hindi kailangan elegant, hindi kailangan complete solution. Ang importante, makuha natin yung tamang sagot. Next slide. So, yung problem natin kanina, actually, habang binabasa na natin siya kanina, pwede natin siyang isolve as we go on sa pagbabasa. So we're starting dito. Joey has 54 slices of pizza. Rachel gives him 10 slices. So since binigyan ni Rachel si Joey, that's, next slide. That's 64 slices. Then sabi, Joey gives half of his total slices to Ross. So ilan yung half nung 64? Next slide. Yon, so that's 32. Tapos, 1/4 of his total slices to Monica. Next slide. That's 8. So how many slices does Ross have? 32, letter C. So, tip pala guys, yung questionnaire nyo sa civil service exam, yun na rin yung magsiserve as scratch paper nyo. So, ang maganda doon is, nandun na mismo sa problem, you can write on the problem. Tapos, pag nakuha nyo yung sagot, i-shade nyo na lang sa doon sa answer sheet. Doon kayo sa yung answer sheet yung hindi nyo pwede gawing scratch paper. Okay, next slide. Yan, bawas overthink sa exam. So, this is just an exam, hindi ito yung jowa mong matagal mag-reply. So, kapag tinititigan mo na yung question number, feel mo masyado ka na nagtatagal sa kanya, skip na. Skip na tayo dun sa sa next item, pwede natin siyang balikan later on. Next slide. So, na-manage mo yung time mo. Nakatipid ka ng oras. Chinek mo yung orasan, sabi may time ka pa. So, balikan natin yung mga items na in-skip mo. So, ito na yung pacing na sinasabi natin. Kunwari, nag-skip ka ng 3 items, tapos may 30 minutes ka pa, that's 10 minutes per item. So, that's enough time for you to review pa and recheck yung mga sagot mo. So, let's say nasagutan mo na lahat, very important, sagutan natin lahat, i-shade natin lahat, make sure natin nabilugan natin lahat. And pag nasagutan mo na, and you still have extra time, balikan ulit natin yung exam, yung mga items na nahirapan tayo, make sure natin na correct yung answer natin. Let's make the most out of our time. Kahit pwede tayong mag-submit ng mas maaga. Next slide. Yun. Next is, ito na, dito tayo, preparation. Very important yung preparation natin para sa civil service exam. Next slide. So, divide and conquer natin yung topics. So, in this meme, no, it's not, hindi ka mahina sa math. Pwedeng magaling ka pala sa fractions, pero mahina ka sa word problems. Pero, there's no such thing as completely mahina sa math. Medyo mahirap So, medyo mahirap yun, guys. So, dapat alam natin kung ano yung specific strengths at ano yung weaknesses natin. Huwag natin lalahat-lahatin agad na since nahihirapan tayo sa word problem, sabihin natin, hindi ako magaling sa math kasi mahirap yung word problems. Pero okay naman pala ako sa addition, subtraction, multiplication. Okay naman pala ako sa fractions. So, dito sa picture, negative agad yung mindset. So, mahina raw siya sa math. So, wag na lang natin aralin yung math for civil service exam. Shotgun na lang. Sayang naman yung application fee natin pag ganyan na sinashotgun lang natin dahil ayaw natin doon sa subject. Next slide. Yan. So, sharpen natin yung strength natin. So, pwedeng magaling ka sa word problems, pero 2 years ka na hindi nag-word problems. Pwedeng magaling ka sa vocabulary, pero puro makeup at skincare ang pinapanood mo recently. So, syempre, babalikan dapat natin yung strengths natin and refresh natin yung knowledge natin. Which, given na strength natin yon, mabilis lang yan. Mas madali yan para sa atin, di ba? Gaganahan tayo kasi doon tayo magaling eh. Doon tayo magaling nung nag-aaral pa tayo eh. Next slide. Work on our weaknesses. So, hindi pwedeng habang buhay lang natin sabihin na mahina tayo sa isang subject. So, during my review, alam ko nang mahina ako sa English, kaya nag-practice ako ng vocabulary problems. So, nanood din ako ng mga English TV series para makatulong sa grammar. Tapos minsan pag nasa mall ako, English yung kanta. Try ko sabayan. Pero hindi malakas yung boses kasi baka sentonado. So, next slide. Ayan, peace of mind, piece of cake. So, very important na we prepare well para meron tayong peace of mind. So, set aside muna natin yung mga other matters like sa basketball, sino bang greatest of all time? Si MJ, LeBron ba o si Kobe? After civil service exam na natin yan pag-usapan. Or ano kayang bibilin mo sa 7-7? Or lumaki nga ba siya sa farm? So, doon muna tayo sa civil service exam mag-focus yung logistics, yung review, and yung sa application natin. Next slide. For example, saan yung venue? Paano pumuntang venue? Magta-taxi ka na lang ba papunta para relax ka bago ka mag-exam, tapos ko-commute ka na lang pauwi. Tapos, ano oras ako gigising? So, let's say 30 minutes ako mag-prepare, ligo, kain, toothbrush. Tapos, 2 hours yung biyahe. So, kailangan mo lagyan ng allowance yan. Dapat mga 3 hours and 30 minutes bago exam, nakagising ka na. Para mayroon kang allowance in case traffic pala, late pala. Yan. So, ano yung dadalhin mo? So, may mga bawal dun sa civil service exam. Like I said kanina, nandun yun sa civil service form 100. So, let's check that and let's make sure na yung nakalagay dun na reminders is we will do that during the exam. So, ano oras ako matutulog? So, kailangan sapat yung pahinga. Um, the day before the exam, we should be resting our minds. Hindi na dapat tayo nagkakrampa ng subjects. Kasi baka antukin lang tayo sa exam proper mismo. So, ayun, next slide. Yan. Again, dun sa review, anong strengths ko? Anong weakness ko? Anong pipiliin kong review center? Yung tuturuan ba akong dumiskarte o yung puro lecture lang? Yung affordable o yung overpriced? So, things to factor in. And then, last but not the least, relax. Yan. Set aside time to rest, especially on the day before. Para on the day, exam day itself, ay fresh ka. Hindi yun kung ano-ano or kung sino-sino yung iniisip natin. Let's give time for our mind to rest. And with that, thank you very much for our participative audience. Ayan. Nicole, take it away.
All right. Thank you so much, Jason, for sharing your tips and tricks with all of us here today. Actually, we appreciate you for giving us the opportunity to learn and be inspired by you. So, we really appreciate yung mga tips na na-mention niya regarding sa pag-prepare ng tama because syempre, if you want to pass the civil service exam, you should really prepare for it, right? So, now to help you prepare and increase your chances of success, we recommend you availing our KPOP's full civil service exam review program at KIPUP as an excellent resource. Actually, guys, in program natin, it has high quality lecture videos, live discussions, handouts, modules, and final coaching sessions. And now, up next, we have our second speaker. He is Jerome De Chavez, a multi-passer of civil service exam professional and sub-professional. He graduated with a degree in chemical engineering from UP Diliman and is currently wastewater management water services. This welcome to Jerome De Chavez.
Ayan. Good evening sa lahat, no? So, thumbs up lang. Can you hear me? Can I see a thumbs up react sa mga participants? Okay, okay. Sige. Thank you, Nicole, for introducing me, no? So, as you can see in the screen, so I was the top notcher for the CSE 2016 exam and passer naman for the professional CSE 2019 exam. I also graduated from UP Diliman BS Chemical Engineering 2019 din po. So sige, let's continue with our next slide. For my CSE story, next slide please. As I've mentioned, 2016, I took the CSE sub-professional. That time I was out of school. Things happened and then siguro I thought na wala na akong desire ituloy engineering course ko. So I just took the CSE sub-professional just to back up kung ano man yung pwede kong opportunity pa. No? And then, ano ba? Sinuwerte ako somehow or siguro luck and combination of skills and ano rin, review tiyaga. Nagsabay-sabay yun and yun nga pumasa ako and I got the top 1 spot for this exam. So let's look at the next slide. So I was interviewed by the Civil Service Commission. So during that year, they asked what I did for me to get the top spot. So next. Then 2019 po, I took the CSE professional exam naman. I was already studying again for the chemical engineering degree. So basically nakabalik po ako. And then, hindi ko pa rin sure ba kasi bumagsak ako sa board. So at least pasado pa rin ako sa professional. No? So yun nga, hopefully, thankfully, pumasa ako dun sa professional exam ulit. Sige, next slide po. Okay, so I'll be giving out my tips for the CSE exam, no. So basically I'll give first before ako mag-start before the exam. Ano ba yung mga kailangan ng lahat ng examinees? Hindi lang sa civil service, pwedeng sa college entrance man yan or entrance exams, pwedeng kahit sa SATs kung mag-exam kayo, other exams then as well. So siguro first is you need to have at least the basic logic kasi when you come to an exam, you need to analyze things. And hindi kayo makakapag-analyze correctly if you don't have the correct logic to answer it. So, next is reading comprehension. So, when you read a question in the exam, you need to read it thoroughly at the same time understand what it means. So, kasi kapag hindi nyo naintindihan yung question, most likely hindi nyo alam kung paano siya isa-solve, especially kapag math yung problem. It also works as well dun sa mga English problems natin kasi meron dong getting the main idea from the paragraph o kaya naman reading comprehension. So if you don't know these techniques, mahirapan talaga kayo na sagutan or ipasa. Baka ang gawin nyo na lang is hulaan siya kasi may time limit, di ba? So we will be helping you along the way. Kaya we are encouraging you all to actually register dun sa link na binigay kanina. At may discount pa ngayon kasi from 599 naging 499. No? So I'll proceed with the tips before the exam. So next slide. So improve strengths and work on your weaknesses. I think Jason mentioned this earlier. So I'll just be reiterating this again. That kung magaling ka man sa English, you can also improve it pa. Kasi hindi naman dahil feeling mo magaling ka na, alam mo na agad yung lalabas sa exam. So what if meron palang lumabas na vocabulary word na hindi mo pa na-encounter? So kung may mga alam ka pang ibang reviewers na na pwede mong makuha or dito sa review natin, pwede mong ma-expand yung iyong vocabulary, then you can improve on that. Also, if may weaknesses ka, let's say sa math, medyo kulang ka sa math, then we will help you improve or work on that weakness. So we will give you the tips on how to answer the math question. So pwede ring vice versa. So we can also help you with general knowledge kasi meron ding mga tanong regarding that. Next slide, please. Ayan. So, usually kapag nag-aaral tayo ng concept, we tend to memorize yung mga bagay-bagay, di ba? Kasi yun yung natutunan natin during our school days. Mag-memorize lang bago exam, tapos ikakram lang natin lahat on a single day or 2 days. Pero hindi yun actually nag-work. Kailangan kapag mag-take tayo ng exam, we need to understand how things work. Kasi kapag hindi natin alam yung mismong concept, mahirapan tayo. So how do we solve halimbawa an algebra problem na binigay sa exam? So we need to study the concept at least. So if hindi natin naiintindihan yung wording dun sa mga finlash na question ni Jason kanina, magkakaiba-iba talaga tayo ng final answer. So gaya nga nung kanina, kapag sinabing half ng number, paano mo siya isa-solve? Kapag sinabing 1/4 ng number, paano mo naman siya kukunin? Tapos kapag naaral nyo na yon, naintindihan nyo na, i-apply nyo siya paulit-ulit kahit sa ibang problems man niya. Okay? Next po. Mnemonics when studying or memorizing too many information. Mnemonics just means yung mga ginagawa nating words, phrases, or letters, or abbreviations na makakapag tulong sa atin na i-memorize yung mga bagay-bagay. Siguro useful ito sa ating mga general knowledge. Halimbawa, ilan ba dapat yung ano ba dapat yung age para maging senator or mag-file as a senator or a president or a vice president. Yung mga ganyan pwede nyo gawa ng pattern ng numbers, no? So para hindi natin nakalimutan agad-agad. At least nare-recall natin using these mnemonics kung ano ba yung mga important numbers or important words na kailangan nating maalala. Sige. Next po. Keep on practicing and answer questions within the time limit. So I think Jason mentioned 1 minute per item. So that's approximately the time you need to answer each item. So I think nung 2019, I took the exam. Tapos mas nahirapan ako sa English doon kaysa doon sa 2016 exam. So medyo mas nagtagal ako. So nung 2016 medyo mas maaga ako nagpasa pero nung 2019 mas natagalan ako. So I think isa ako sa mga nahuli. Pero kailangan ma-practice nyo talaga na first is magbasa ng mabilis. Kasi minsan mahaba yung mga tanong. And kapag hindi nyo sinasanay yung sarili nyo na magbasa ng mabilis, mahirapan din kayong i-reach yung 1 minute mark. So 1 minute lang yung given sa inyo pero let's say 2 minutes kayo nagbabasa ng isang problem, mahirap na siya kasi hahabulin niyo yung kulang na time. Okay? Next po tayo. Okay, so week before the exam, ano na dapat yung ginagawa nyo? So ideally, naka-prepared na yung mind nyo na kapag review na talaga kayo and handa na kayo. So kino-condition nyo na lang yung sarili nyo. No? Pero yung iba kasi ang ginagawa nila stress sila before the exam or week before the exam, parang may anxiety sila, di ba? So ang hirap nun. Lalo na kapag may pressure pa, yung iba nag-work na siguro. So pressure from work, pressure from family, baka may responsibilities na iba, may mga anak na. So during that week, madali kayong ma-distract sa mga bagay na nasa paligid nyo. Siguro inform nyo na lang din sila na nagfo-focus kayo or nagtatry kayong mag-focus dun sa upcoming exam nyo. So at least ma-minimize siguro, yun yung goal nyo, ma-minimize yung disturbance sa paligid nyo. Okay? Next slide, please. Have a proper rest the day before the exam. So I think na-mention din kanina na huwag tayong magpuyat before the exam. So we need to sleep early and we don't want to take any food that will upset your stomach. So ako ang ginagawa ko before any exam, hindi ako kumakain ng heavy meal. Kasi madalas akong antukin kapag medyo mabigat or maraming carbs akong kinain. So what I do is I just eat some um, light food like Skyflakes lang o kaya naman Skyflakes chocolate para doon kasi nag-work yung brain ko. So kapag medyo magaan pa yung kinakain ko. Pero kapag mabigat yung kinain mo, i-expect mo na baka antukin ka during the exam or baka ma-mental block ka somehow. So especially may mga foods kasi na nakaka-mental block. So iwasan nyo siguro yung mga pork, mga beans before the exam. Okay? Sige, next slide po. And gaya rin ng nabanggit ni Jason kanina, you need to find your examination venue. So sabi sa Form 100, mga 2 weeks before the exam, i-send na sa inyo yung exam venue nyo. So make sure na alam nyo na kung saan kayo naka-assign and one day daw, mag-ocular inspection kayo, one day before. Pero I suggest 1 week before the exam, gawin nyo na siya ng mas maaga kung meron kayong time. Kasi what if mag-ocular inspection pa lang kayo tapos biglang nagkaroon ng unexpected na scenario, di ba? Let's say biglang nagkaroon ng malakas na bagyo. So rainy season pa naman ngayong quarter or second half ng ating year. So you need to be somehow prepared. Dapat alam niyo na may plano kayo before the exam. Paano ba mag-travel papunta ron? So paano ba mag-commute kung mag-commute kayo, di ba? And gaya nga ng nabanggit kanina ni Jason din, you need to wake up on time or wake up early kasi you cannot afford to be late dun sa exam. Okay? So that will be my tips for before the examination. So let's proceed to meron pa pala isa. If binigyan kayo ng testing permit, make sure to secure that before leaving the house. I think this applies to every entrance exam or exams with testing permit. Kung bibigyan naman kayo during your CSE application, you need to secure this. Kung hindi, I think ID yung kailangan yung dalhin. No? So make sure na may dala kayong ID and transparent envelope as far as I can recall with your ballpen, ID, and your original copy ng inyong PSA na birth certificate. So, dalhin niyo po siya. Sige po, next po tayo. Ayan, during the exam. So, ano yung dapat natin gawin during the exam? So, most likely, if may mga phones kayo, bawal yon na makita ng inyong proctor. So, if sobrang strict ng proctor, lahat ng phones baka ilagay sa harap. So, hindi kayo makakagamit ng phone or calculator. So kung masyado na tayong dependent sa ating paggamit ng mga devices, iwasan na po natin siya as early as now. So first, my first tip for this part is to skip a number if it takes too long for you to figure out. So huwag kang magtagal sa isang bagay no, kapag hindi mo makuha yung sagot dun sa number na yon. So what if nakaka 2 minutes ka na pala, hindi mo napapansin, no? So, time mo yung sarili mo kapag nag-practice ka mag-answer, tapos malalaman mo kung gaano ka katagal. Let's say, gaano ka katagal magbasa, gaano ka katagal mag-solve ng mga problems sa math. And from there, malalaman mo kung kaya mo ba or kailangan mong improve yung pagbabasa or improve yung pag-solve ng mga problems, no? So, but if nandun ka na sa exam, meron kang isang problem na hindi mo na-review tapos feeling mo magtatagal ka talaga doon, you can skip that. So you can proceed to the items na alam mo. Next. Next slide po tayo. Answer all items and make educated guess when necessary. So, ang ginagawa ko dun sa every exam, nag-one pass muna ako. So, sinasagutan ko lahat ng confident ako. So, that's my first pass. And then, second pass is binabalikan ko yung mga feeling ko kaya ko sagutan. Then, I try to solve them. Then, kapag na-solve ko na, siguro meron akong mga 10% na natitira na somehow baka wala akong masyadong idea. So from there, I make educated guess. So paano malalaman yung educated guess? Halimbawa, tinatanong ano yung odd number, pinapahanap yung odd number sa isang problem, hindi mo isasagot yung even number, di ba? So let's say dalawang odd, dalawang even, mamili ka na lang dun sa dalawang odd. So that's educated guess. Nag-eliminate tayo as Jason mentioned earlier. So that's one technique na pwede naming ituro kapag kayo ay nag-enroll dito sa ating CSE review. So make sure na naka-enroll po kayo. Next po. Next slide. Can we have it? Ayan. So if meron kayong important formulas and other important values, yung likod nga ng ating examination paper, pwede nating sulatan yung mga pages doon ng blanco. Kung meron kayong natatandaang formulas na tingin nyo mga gamit nyo sa exam or mga values, let's say ages ng mga senators, president, vice president, kung tatakbo sila, ilan dapat yung senators na takbo per term, mga ganun. So if you really need to recall those values, you can memorize it and then isulat nyo na sila sa paper if you need them. Pero most of the time, I do understand kung bakit ganun yung numbers. No? Halimbawa, ilan dapat yung senators tapos bakit ganun yung number? So, base ko siguro, magbabasa-basa siguro ako ng history or ng mga news para maintindihan kung bakit ganun yung number. And then, siguro yun din yung isang mga topics na finocus ko during my review for CEC is yung general knowledge. Kasi doon ako medyo naglalak. So, yun yung weakness ko. Kasi hindi ako mahilig magbasa. So, I um, tend to ano ba? Masyado akong maayaw sa mga biology or history. So, yun yung nireview ko during the exam. So, that's my weakness. So, sa inyo, meron din kayo sigurong weakness. Halimbawa, yung iba magaling sa general knowledge, tapos weakness naman nila English. So, you need to identify that first para alam nyo kung ano yung i-focus nyo na weakness and ano naman yung i-improve nyo na strength. Sige po, next tayo. Okay, do not eat too much. I've mentioned this already. Siguro iwasan nyo na rin yung mga allergic kayo na pagkain. Halimbawa, kung lactose intolerant kayo, ako lactose intolerant ako, so iniwasan ko yung mga may dairy na food. Next tayo. And do not drink too much during the exam. I think pwede namang magdala ng water, pero wag nyong inumin yung tubig nyo dahil kinakabahan kayo. So make sure na may enough lang kayong water para hindi kayo ma-dehydrate. No? So kasi kapag inom kayo ng inom, baka ang consequence nun is mapadalas kayo sa CR dahil sa kakaihi nyo. That will reduce your answering time dun sa exam. Sa halip na makakasagot pa kayo ng 5 more questions, possible na yung time ng pag-ihi nyo will use up the 5 minutes. Sige. Next po tayo. And then for number 6, you need to double check your answers and answer sheets before submitting them. So make sure na wala kayong dobleng sinagutan. Halimbawa, dalawa yung shade nyo na item. O kaya naman kulang yung pag-shade nyo dun sa circle. You need to shade it completely. Also, baka may mga na-skip kayo na item. So make sure na wala kayong na-skip na item para pataasin yung chances nyo of passing nyo. Okay, and then let's proceed to the next. After the exam, ano naman yung kailangan nating gawin? Siguro ano lang to, mas light na kasi tapos na yung exam. So medyo magaan na dapat sa atin. Kung nag-worry naman kayo sa exam, hayaan nyo na, bitawan nyo na yung ganong feeling. Sige, next slide po tayo. Ayan, take a deep breath and relax. So hindi makakatulong sa inyo yung pagiging anxious or pagiging kabado sa results kasi matagal pa lalabas yung results ng exam. So, after nyo mag-take ng exam, hindi agad-agad lalabas yun na malaman nyo agad kinabukasan yung results, no? So, huminga kayo kasi baka naman masyado na kayong kinakabahan na hindi na kayo nakakahinga masyado. So, relax. So, hindi lang sa results ng CSE yung maging takbo ng mga buhay nyo sa mga sunod na araw, no? So, next slide tayo. As well as taking a deep breath and relax, you need to reward yourself with a good meal. So, ito yung like yung ginagawa after ko mag-exam is kumain ng masarap. Kasi I think that's my reward for taking the exam, for preparing, for reviewing, and all the, yan, pwedeng samgyup gaya nga na sinabi ni Sir. No? So, that's my reward for for the effort na ginawa natin. Kasi nag-allot tayo ng time talaga for this. And alam natin na deserve natin yung good meal na yun after the exam. Next po tayo. Patiently wait for the results of the exam. Huwag niyong kulitin sa Civil Service Commission na kailan po lalabas yung results kasi kahit kulitin niyo siya, nalalabas siya sa ganitong expected date, minsan hindi ganun. Lumalabas siya or may delay siya, let's say 1 day, 2 day, 3 days. So, eventually lalabas din siya. And we just need to patiently wait and pray na lumabas yung ating name dun sa list of passers, no? So, um, if medyo naiinip kayo, pwedeng i-focus nyo rin yung mga sarili nyo sa ibang bagay. No? So you can improve on yourself, you can have other hobbies while waiting for the exam. So I think that's it for my end. Meron pa bang kasunod na slide? Ayan. So thank you all. I'll forward it to Nicole.
All right, thank you so much, Sir Jerome, for that insightful talk. Actually, we're very grateful for the knowledge that you've shared, and it's very important, guys, no, to take note yung mga na-mention kanina ng ating mga in-invite na guests on how we can really prepare wisely and kung paano din natin ma-handle yung time natin really well para magkaroon pa din tayo ng um, tamang way ng pag-review or balanced way of reviewing. Okay, so we're excited to see all of you guys excel in the upcoming CSE exam. And to help you prepare and increase your chances of success, we recommend you to avail our KPAP's full civil service exam review program. Actually, yung KPAP, guys, meron tayong mga ino-offer na may mga ano tayo, live education, live discussions, meron tayong mga high-quality lecture videos, we also have yung mga modules natin, and so much more, okay? By the way, sa mga nag-chat sa ating chat box, no? Thank you so much sa lahat ng mga nag-i-interact dito sa ating webinar session as well. Okay, so yung ating pong program, once again, ay nag-offer tayo ng final sessions din. So may refresher sessions, may modules, and may mga handouts po tayo, okay? All you have to do, guys, is to scan the QR code and go to bit.ly KPAP CSE to start learning with us and to take the first step towards a successful future. Ang program po 3,500. Dito, 499 pesos nyo lang siya pwede makuha, no? Sobrang affordable. So, it's a small investment for a brighter and bigger future for you, your family, and the nation. There are only few slots left na lang po dito, okay? So, sana makapag-click tayo ng sign-up link and let the full learning experience begin. All right. Now, let's proceed sa ating awarding of certificates. Next slide, please. As a token of appreciation to our speakers, ayan. Sige, award tayo ng certificates sa ating mga nakasamang speakers. KPAP Learning Corp would like to present each of our speakers with certificates. KPAP Learning Corp presents the certificate of appreciation to Jason Lensag. All right. and Jerome de Chavez for giving an informative and inspiring talk on test taking tips day one of our 5-day free review here for civil service exam held this second day of July 2024. Once again, thank you so much for our speakers. Now, for the next portion of our program, we will now be entertaining some of the questions that our audience or guests may have. Okay? So you can send your questions dito sa ating chat box via Zoom. Alright, sige, check lang muna natin.
Hello, so may question tayo from RV Biazon. So yung question niya is, what time po ang start per session? Keep up. So 7 p.m. din po ba? Yes, sa 7 p.m. din po. So sa July 5, sa July 6, sa July 12, and sa July 13. We have a question here from Anthony De La Cruz. Until when po yung payment? Until July 15 po. Pero we only have limited slots. So, ano po tayo? The earlier na mag-enroll tayo, the better. Question from Karen. Can I ask po for the link for reservation? Thank you.
I think we have one more question from Charm Kainlet. Good evening. Tips daw po on how to retain yung mga inaral. Especially, paano nga ba mag-manage ng time? Especially dun sa may mga work.
Ay, sorry, nakamute pala. I sent the link ng reservation. Sir Jerome, baka gusto mong sagutin yung tanong ni Charm.
Yeah, I'll answer the question. So tips how to retain yung inaaral and how to time manage especially sa mga my work. So I guess when retaining yung inaaral, the best way is while studying it, you think of how you can apply it. Kasi especially with what you do. Halimbawa, you're studying English. So you can also apply that, yung inaaral mong English. Kasi let's say marami yung nahihirapan sa subject-verb agreement. So paano ba natin maaayos yung mga SVA natin? So we need to apply it sa work. So halimbawa, you are um, sending email sa ibang tao, sa mga clients, you can actually proofread yung mga sinasend mo na email. Baka meron pa lang error dun sa aking sinend na email. You can actually identify the error and correct the error. So that's actually one way of retaining what you've learned, no? So with regards to math naman, if you're studying math, you can retain it by uh, answering more. Kasi when you answer just a few problems sa math, nalilimit ka dun sa mga sinolve mo lang. So, but when you answer more and more, practice more and more, nare-recall mo yung kung paano ko ba to ginawa before. So, especially sa mga may work pala, no? So, paano kayo makapag-practice more kung meron kayong work? Well, you need to set aside time talaga for that. So siguro time management, as Jason mentioned, is one of the key. So you can request siguro some responsibilities na baka may pwedeng sumalo muna for the meantime. And especially kapag yung ibang naman activities can be set aside for now, babalikan nyo na lang sila after the exam. So ayan. Practice and application. So, yun sa akin.
Alright, I think yung iba pong questions is pwedeng sagutin Sir Edmund, Ernie, Sir Jason, regarding sa ating sessions and mock exams. Okay, so isang question po dito is yung 499, yung reviewer part po. May separate po ba na reviewer na ibibigay sa group? Or yung 499 po ba, sir? Full day po ba ang session o 7 p.m. mag-i-start? Alright. Isa pa pong question, paano daw po ang mock exam? Anong klaseng mock exam daw? Naka-Google form po ba? Okay. Last question natin is ang mode of payments po natin is paano? Anytime daw po bang pwedeng ma-access ang given natin na reviewers according to Sir Jason? Alright. Thank you so much sa ating mga speakers for today. Once again, thank you very much po, Sir Jason and Sir Jerome. And then, meron tayong promo, yes, for 199 pesos po. Ang atin pong QR code and link, ayan, sige, i-flash natin para sa mga nagtatanong. Okay, ito po siya. Yan ang ating QR code po or link natin para makapag-reserve po kayo. 499 pesos po yan. Alright. Next slide, please. Okay. So, remind ko lang po kayong lahat na dito na po nagtatapos ang ating Q&A portion and ang ating event for this evening. Okay, final announcement. We would like to request for you to answer our free CSE review form para po makapag-join kayo sa ating Facebook group as we will hold the next sessions there na po. Thank you once again to everyone who attended, and our next session is on July 5. Makakasama niyo po ang ating another na instructors, Engineer VJ Villaferte, where we will be discussing numerical ability. Don't forget, guys, to go to bit.ly/kipapcse and sign up for Kipap's full review program. We are here to guide and help you throughout your journey for civil service exam. Once again, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Sana marami kayong tutunan, and we'll see you again on the next live. Bye, guys!
by so far, but